I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. We often miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. 5% of the people think, 10% of the people think they think, and the other 85% would rather die than think. The 3 great essentials to achieve anything worthwhile are: first, hard work; second, stick-to-itiveness; third, common sense. Genius is 1%. Inspiration, 99%. Perspiration. If we all did the things we are really capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this: you haven't. Nonviolence leads to the highest ethics, which is the goal of all evolution. Until we stop harming all other living beings, we are still savage. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. Negative results are just what I want. They're just as valuable to me as positive results. I can never find the thing that does the job best until I find the ones that don't. There are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something. The doctor of the future will give no medication, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. Just because something doesn't do what you planned it to do, doesn't mean it's useless. What I have denied and what my reason compels me to deny is the existence of a being throned above us as a god, directing our mundane affairs in detail, regarding us as individuals, punishing us, rewarding us as human judges might. When the churches learn to take this rational view of things, when they become true schools of ethics and stop teaching fables, they will be more effective than they are today. If they would turn all that ability to teaching this one thing, the fact that honesty is best. The most necessary task of civilization is to teach people how to think. It should be the primary purpose of our public schools. The mind of a child is naturally active. It develops through exercise. Give a child plenty of exercise for body and brain, trouble with our way of educating is that it does not give elasticity to the mind. It casts the brain into a mold. It insists that the child must accept. It does not encourage original thought or reasoning, and it lays more stress on memory than observation. I have friends in overalls whose friendship I would not swap for the favor of the kings of the world. Restlessness is discontent, and discontent is the first necessity of progress. Show me a thoroughly satisfied man, and I will show you a failure. We are like tenant farmers chopping down the fence around our house for fuel when we should be using nature's inexhaustible sources of energy: sun, wind and tide. But his imprisonment was fertile. Already he had written the first part of The Age of Reason, and now turned his time to the latter part. He disbelieved the ancient myths and miracles taught by established creeds, but the attacks on those creeds, or on persons devoted to them, have served to darken his memory, casting a shadow across the closing years of his life. Everything comes to him who hustles while he waits. I find out what the world needs, then ego ahead, and try to invent it. I never did anything worth doing by accident, nor did any of my inventions come by accident. They came by work. The first requisite for success is the ability to apply your physical and mental energies to one problem incessantly, without growing weary. Nearly every person who develops an idea works at it up to the point where it looks impossible, and then gets discouraged. That's not the place to become discouraged.